Germany and Canada have signed a green hydrogen deal that will kickstart a transatlantic hydrogen supply chain, with the first deliveries expected in just 3 years. This development comes as Berlin now tries to speed up its green transition to energy. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz signed the 5-page agreement on Tuesday. The agreement, it's a declaration of intent to create a hydrogen alliance between the two countries. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has hailed the deal as a historic step forward.
The Canada-Germany Hydrogen Alliance is a historic step forward for our shared future. Our target is clear: working towards initial exports of Canadian hydrogen to Germany by 2025. And our outcomes are clear as well: creating middle-class jobs and local growth while delivering clean energy that will help fight climate change.
Now, under the agreement, Canada will export wind-generated hydrogen to Germany as the country now looks to move away from Russian gas supplies, while the Ukraine war has forced many European countries to look for other options. Germany has also been eyeing for long-term sustainable solutions to meet its green transition goals. While addressing a briefing following the deal, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said both the sides will discuss the possibility of Berlin buying Canadian liquefied natural gas to ease the energy crisis back home.
We believe that Atlantic Canada presents a huge opportunity for us, but also for Canada to contribute to a green energy transition. Canada is a close and like-minded partner in the energy transition. We have to talk about short-term constraints and LNG, but in the long run, the real potential lies in green hydrogen from the wind-rich, thinly populated Atlantic provinces.
Now, both LNG and green hydrogen are seen as medium-term solutions and will not be able to help Germany in the next few months. This as Canada does not yet have the means to export LNG globally. But the latest deal is definitely a significant step for a sustainable energy supply for the future. The signing of the green hydrogen deal was part of Scholz's 3-day tour of Canada, and the visit came amid growing fears that Moscow might completely shut down Russian gas flows ahead of the winter months. Moscow has heavily reduced their gas supplies through the Nord Stream 1 pipeline in retaliation to Western sanctions. The pipeline is currently running at just 20% of its normal capacity.
Canada is doing our part to add.
Now, for more on this, our correspondent Trent Murray is joining us from Berlin. Trent, thank you for joining us. As I mentioned, though a significant step forward, this deal does not address immediate concerns. As winter approaches, there is the threat that Russia may cut supplies completely. What can you tell us?
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and real growing concern about those energy supplies over the winter. The sun may be shining now in the summer, but everybody's mind here is on those colder months which are coming at the end of the year, and that is because Russia really is slowing down gas supplies to Germany. In recent weeks, we've seen the total capacity on the Nord Stream 1 pipeline turned down to just 20%. Now, the Russians say that's because of maintenance needs. The German side says that is simply not true, that their computers can read the pipeline as well, and that there's no need for this type of maintenance and slow down. And so what this is causing is this major kind of nationwide effort to conserve energy now to try and allow gas to be put into storage. The current levels are at about 80%. They say they need to get it up over 90% by October if the country is to make it through the winter. But then what you're also seeing on the flip side of all of this is what you were just discussing, Germany kind of scrambling around the world, talking to all sorts of other countries to see where they can get energy supplies from. A lot of the headlines around hydrogen overnight, yes, but there's also discussions around liquefied LNG gas to come from Canada to Germany. That's what the country really needs to get through the short-term problems.
Right, absolutely. In fact, I was going to ask about the supply chains as well. The supplies by way of this deal are expected to start in about 3 years' time. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the supply chains and the ways to try and get a lot of this energy into Germany is difficult because for decades, really, Germany and continental Europe has relied on pipelines both underground and under the sea for gas to come into Europe. But with those supplies being slowed down by Russia, there has to be other ways now to get gas. Now, the main way to do that is via LNG ships, special ships which can carry gas in liquid form and then dock off the coast and export it. The trouble is, Germany doesn't have any special ports to allow those ships in. They've just been so reliant on Russia for years, they never thought they would need them. And so what you're seeing now is this massive build-up very, very quickly on the northern coast of Germany to try and get those ports ready as quickly as possible so countries like Canada, Qatar, Norway and the like can send gas via ship. It's not saying that can be done quickly, but it's a real government priority. They say they're moving at, quote, warp speed.
All right. Well, Trent, thank you so much for bringing us all the latest on this. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.